Hi, I'm Nikki and I'm going to show you how to create a gorgeous champagne glow. So step one, I'm starting with a cleansed and moisturized skin, and now I'm applying the Becca First Light Priming Filter. And this is going to go all over the face, and I'm just applying it with a foundation brush now, which just gives me a little bit more control as to exactly where I'm applying it. Now as the next step, I'm going to follow that with the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. And again, just applying this with a foundation brush, and I love how flawless this makes the skin look while still remaining light and fresh. So the next step, now that foundation's on, is I'm going to apply some concealer. I'm using the Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. I'm just putting little dots of it where on the face needs a little bit of extra coverage. And then with just a soft, fluffy brush, I'm going to use that to blend and buff the concealer into the skin. And I love how lightweight and creamy this concealer is. It's really perfect to use under the eyes. I'm going to set that concealer now using the Under Eye Brightening and Setting Powder, and just dabbing a small amount of this on. This powder is so beautiful because it's really finely jet milled, so it doesn't sit in any fine lines and really helps to perfect the under eye area. You can also use it anywhere else you want to set the skin. So now I'm going to freshen up the skin with a touch of blush, and I'm using the Beach Tints, and this gorgeous peachy shade is called Guava. Now to move on to my favourite step, which is highlighting, using the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the pressed form in the shade Champagne Pop, which is such a gorgeous golden shade. So just popping a little bit of that on the top of the cheekbones, also on the temples. Also going to put a little bit on the brow bone here, just all of the high points of the face and anywhere that would naturally catch the light. A nice little tip when you're highlighting the skin is just to go back in with a smaller brush to pick up on those little areas that will be harder to get with a large brush. So the inner corners of the eyes here, I'm going to put a little bit on the centre of the nose, and also Cupid's bow, which is such a pretty place to highlight to help cheat that fuller pout. And now next, to move on to eyes, and I'm going to use the Volcano Goddess palette and start with the shade Granite. And just with a soft fluffy brush, I'm going to take this in the socket line here, and this is going to act as our socket and base colour. And now next, with a smaller brush, I'm going to take the shade Lava, which is this beautiful shimmery copper tone, and I'm going to press that into the lids. Pressing the shadow before you blend it just helps to stop any fallout under the eyes and really get that intensity from the shimmer. When doing eyeshadow, I find that if I keep what's in the socket matte and then I put all of the shimmer that I'm using on the lid, it's the most flattering way of creating that glittery, shimmery eye for all ages and all eye shapes. And if you really want to amp up that shine, you can layer this to create that super metallic finish. Perfect for the party season. And now with the lightest shade in the palette, which is called Diamond Dust, and that same brush, I'm going to take a little bit in the inner corners just underneath the eye. And then for a little bit of depth, taking the shade Red Rock and using this in the outer corners underneath the eye. So the perfect way to finish this look now is with the Glow Gloss in Champagne Creme, which is this beautiful, sheer, slightly metallic gold. And then we have our finished look, champagne inspired glow.